Of defense against their division rival last night and are playing with the confidence that matches the preseason hype surrounding this team. So, Shannon, was what we saw last night a typical Cowboys mirage, or is this team the real deal?
Skip, this is a song, I think it came out in the 70s.
By Hall & Oates?
Nah, this wasn't Hall & Oates. I think this was about maybe the Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees?
It's just an illusion.
Reference.
Just an illusion.
Yeah.
That's what y'all are, an illusion.
You liked Hall & Oates and the Bee Gees?
Yeah, I don't go up a lot of that. I listen to a lot. I'm very eclectic in my music. Skip, look, this is what you guys do every year. And the fans, bless their heart. I saw them out there last night. Skip, they had the jerseys on, the Dak and the CD and the old Emmett and the Michael Irvin. And they had the great ring ceremony, the great Cliff Harris and Drew Pearson. They got their ring. Jimmy Johnson was in the house.
Tony Dorsett was in the
everybody.
house.
I saw, oh, they were electric.
Yep.
And the fans, they buy into this every year. At some point in time, if I'm a child, if every year I ask for something at Christmas and then Santa never came, at some point in time, I'm going to say, you know what? Santa full of it. At some point in time in the last 25 years, you got to say the Dallas Cowboys full of it. Because you haven't come through with what Skip Bayless and Jerry Jones been promising, which is a Super Bowl. So all you're doing is getting your hopes up. Look, let me tell you the real contenders.
Yep.
The Rams, the Bucks, the Packers, Arizona, and even the 49ers over you. You play in a terrible division. You play in a horrible division. So it's really hard to gauge, Skip, because everybody look good when they standing by themselves. You follow bodybuilding. Guys in the mirror, they posing, you put them online like, ooh, man, you look good. Everybody they got it gassed up.
Or
you
some
look
people
good.
Photoshop.
And then when they get to the competition and they get next to Big Hanny and they get next to Rolly and all the big guns, they're like, you don't look that good. So when you get next to the big guns, Tampa, what they do to you? Put you in your place. Rams, you got to face them, they're going to put you in your place. Arizona, y'all play them.
We do.
Woo, Kyler Murray. Let's see old Micah. I like Micah Parsons. Told you going to be rookie defensive player of the year. But let's see who's going to do with Kyler. Kyler going to run for about 100, throw for about 300. No, you're not contenders, and you need to stop giving the Cowboys fans false hope. You're selling. People go to jail for that, Skip. You can't keep promising things and not deliver. At some point in time, you know what? I'm going to call the Better Business Bureau on you.
Really?
Because you're selling false dreams.
I'm going to quote the great William Shakespeare, who said, he doth protest too much. I'm paraphrasing, but you doth protest too much.
I'm not protesting.
You're scared to death because you saw a tour de force last night. You saw different last night. You saw, dare I say, special last night. You saw a team on the rise that has come together around their young players like Micah Parsons and Tony Pollard. You, my friend, picked my Dallas Cowboys. I believe you're all over the map with these things. They change by the minute, but I think you wound up with them going 9-8. I believe that's what you said. 9-8.
I did.
And they will finish third in the division. I believe that's what you said.
Yep, you got them 12-5.
I have them 12-5, and I feel better than ever about 12-5.
Well, go to 14-3.
Because I start with my defense. My defense has turned into the turnover terrors. They are leading the league in takeaways.
You are.
I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. My team is leading the league in takeaways. That's why they are tied for first in turnover differential in the ratio of, because we're not giving the ball away. Dak made one mistake last night and only one. He held on the ball in the end zone. We could show it right now if you want to see it. I'll just get it out of the way.
Well, CD Lamb.
CD fell down.
Yeah, he was trying to go him on the looking route.
He tried to do a little jitterbug.
Yeah, he tried to do a look and try to cross the guy's face. He slipped.
And he slipped. And Dak held it, and all of a sudden, Hargrave just blew up the middle. And I do have one weak link. I'll be the first to acknowledge. I got
guard
one.
your center.
But especially my center, Tyler Biadasz. He's just not that guy. And I keep telling you, Connor McGovern, who played blocking back for a play last night because they're just trying to get him in the game.
Right.
He is really good at guard. He is really good. He can play tackle if you want him to. He also played for a whole year at Penn State. He played center.
Right.
Why isn't he in there? Because they drafted Tyler Biadasz to be that guy. You know, like so they're clinging to their draft.
Oh yeah. I got to make.
Because we designated him as our future, right?
Skip. Truth be told, this is between me and you. Ain't nobody listening.
Yeah.
Your claim to fame right now is that you played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to a very close ball game, who the Rams mollywopped on Sunday.
They did
That's
not
your claim to fame.
They did not.
Skip, they blew the doors off them.
And then we went to the Chargers and beat the Chargers, who mollywopped your guy, my homeboy, who just completely unraveled in Kansas City. That's what we did.
Skip, you guys didn't have a turnover. My homeboy turned the ball over 4 times and they lost. Okay, I will concede that. The Chargers are a very good team. You guys beat them, but you know that shouldn't have happened. But to all of a sudden, after beating the Eagles, you come in here preening. I mean, you just up here just like, look at my Cowboys. You beat the Eagles.
Wow. And then last night, there's one Cowboy that we never talk about on this show. But you want to talk about sneaky good? You want to talk about Dalton Schultz? Every time I look up, he's getting better and better. He had the most targets last night. He had 7 targets and caught 2 touchdown passes. Could we quickly see them just to demonstrate what this guy can do out of Stanford? That'll work. Again, they just crossed up the defense completely, but then he gives it. And this guy, he can move a little bit. I'm not saying he's Shannon Sharp, but that shows a little athletic ability, a little bit of burst from a tight end.
He's better than Jarwin.
Okay, he's a better receiver than a blocker like Blake Jarwin, but he just seems to sneakily get open, right? People sleep on him until he wakes up in their end zone, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so I got that going for me. And Amari had a very quiet night last night. CD had a fairly quiet night, except for that first burst of 44 yards. But I got CD Lamb and Amari Cooper, and I'm liking little Cedric in the slot because he's a much better slot receiver. They had to sort of stick CD in the slot last year, and I love him split out. And we still have Michael Gallup coming back, who can run by anybody and get deep. So I got that going for me, and he'll be back probably in a couple more games. And then I've got the Thunder and Lightning 1-2 punch. We have found the magic formula. You run it a little more than you throw it. I'm going to say the stat one more time. In the Dak Prescott era, when they run it more than they throw it, they are 26-0. Does that not scare you to death? 26-0. And I'm sure Kellen Moore is aware of that stat because they went 41 runs last night to only 26 passes. I'll take it every night because they punish people with their running game.
Because for whatever reason, the Eagles felt they could play shell coverage with the safeties being off, and they could play a light box, which is a 6 or 7 man box. So they didn't want to drop that safety down because they felt the corners, with the exception of Slay, was back. Because remember, McLeod was already out, and then his backup ended up getting hurt, and so they had to go to the third guy. And the other guy on the other side isn't very good.
But Slay is maybe the best. He's right at the top of the list.
He's one of the better corners, but I'm saying, Skip, he can't cover everybody. If he's got Amari, then you have CD and you have Cedric Wilson. If he's covering CD Lamb, then you have Amari and Cedric. So it's not like he can be all over the field.
My team is going to get
Your team ain't gonna do nothing
but better. And now we've got Carolina and the Giants at home. We're poised for takeoff.
So are you saying 2-0? You penciled already, and you've already penciled in 2-0?
Yeah, I have. I believe they can beat Carolina, and I know they can beat the Giants.
I heard what you said. Now I was like, I believe they can. I said, you got them penciled in for 2-0? You like, yeah, I do.
Okay, I'll bet you 4 cases right now they win the next 2 games.
No.
You won't take it? No guts,
really?
no glory.
Well, I ain't got no guts.
Okay.
They playing without C-Mac. Really, Skip?
All right.
They're playing without J.C. Horn.
Well, yes, I penciled them in. I might have inked them in, except my pen just ran out of ink. I don't know if that's a bad sign.
That's a great sign for your Cowboys, because your Cowboys going to run out of steam.
Really?
Yeah.
My Cowboys are different than they have ever been.
No, they're not. They're the same Cowboys. You just speak of them in different tone. Normally, they're 1-2. Normally, they're 0-3. And so now all of a sudden you're 2-1. You're speaking in such glowing terms. But you know this is a facade. You know this is not reality. You know this is a house that's built on quicksand.
Trevon Diggs is not a mirage. Micah Parsons is not a mirage. My new safeties, not mirages. My offensive line is not a mirage. In fact, Terrence Steele in place of Lyle Collins, I don't even hear his name called. He doesn't do anything wrong, so nobody's beating him off the edge, right? And they are just pile driving for Zeke.
Leonard Williams just line up over Biotic or Williams and just bull him. Just like Hargrave, just like Fletcher Cox was doing. Just driving right there in Dak's lap.
I will give you a chance now publicly to amend your prediction. You said 9-8. Would you like to go up to at least 10-7?
No, I ain't going. I'm not moving my pick just yet.
Just yet?
Just yet. I'm going to see over the next couple of games.
Well, if they win the next 2, are you going to amend your pick?
I might go up one game. I might not.
Huh. Somebody is easing in the direction of he knows the Cowboys are much better than he thought.
No, Skip. The division is much worse than I thought. That's what it is.
That's not the point.
That is the point.
That's not the principle of this. The principle is if you